Battle Gear, where you can pick up your very own limited edition print of our Yugi mat with Dark Magician Girl, and Dark Magician of Chaos. Artwork is exclusively designed by Nixie Arts as well, so check out her link in the Instagram below. Pick it up for shipping worldwide.
It is a normal trap. If you control Blue Eyes or Dark Magician, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. You can activate 1 Destined Rivals per turn. So I mentioned this to Donald, and my only gripe with this card is that it doesn't work like Imperm.
Well, Harvey's Featherstorm, yeah.
Yeah, or Harpy's Featherstorm, but like I think a lot of people can just like get the Imperm. The fact that basically, if you controlled DM and Dark Magician, I believe I believe it should have been able to activate from hand. That's just literally the only thing. But other than that, I think it's really good. The fact that because it lists Dark Magician by name, you can search it by like essentially everything, and Blue Eyes can search this with $20, or by its named Bingo Machine Go-Go. But yeah, it's a good card. I actually really like this. What do you think, Donald?
The fact that it blanket negates is certainly, certainly welcomed for Blue Eyes and Dark Magician. I think for Blue Eyes, in terms of and that aspect, Blue Eyes don't really have any like interruptions in terms of, unless it's like Hope Harbinger, like in terms of pure Blue Eyes. But as for Dark Magician, it just gives that layer of extra negation, because they effectively could lock out spells with Secret Village, and but then to have something that negates monsters is just great.
Agreed.
Honestly. You can argue it's not a spell, so that if you want to press for your Dark Magician plays, but I feel personally Dark Magician is a deck that goes first. Blue Eyes, I feel for Blue Eyes, it's in pure variants, you're likely to go second because you always like playing with them trade-ins, do then ditch.
It depends.
Through
Revive
Grave, and then you swing with big beat sticks or even like whatever. But then Blue Eyes, to be coined in as a deck, is just going to be Dragon Link.
I was just about to say, it depends which build. The competitive quote unquote builds are Dragon Link, just literally Dragon Link with a Blue Eyes spice in it, just because White Stone gets you plus. But
yeah, it's a welcome card, definitely. For sure. And you're saying to try and attack this in Blue Eyes. Well, yeah, Carl mentioned that you can search it with Bingo Machine.
Because for you guys don't know, I said, "Oh great, now I'm gonna just tech Magician's Rod in Blue Eyes just to search this." And Carl's like, "Oh, you can just search it with Bingo Machine Go." And I was like, "Yeah, but that's £20, and I don't want to spend that. I can just get Rod, and it's like a £5."
Same job, yeah.
And search this.
He's like, "Who are you? I'm more expensive."
Yeah. But either way, no matter how much you're searching this, I think this is gonna. I want to say it's gonna change Blue Eyes a lot, and I hope all of these cards change Blue Eyes a lot, because I don't want Blue Eyes to get just stuck in Guard Dragons. I kind of want Blue Eyes to thrive, to do other things. To Chaos Max. And hopefully these cards will do it. So while Dale is still sorting out his audio, let's go to the next card, and my personal favorite one, and that is Successor's Soul, which is a quick play, tribute 1 effect monster, then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. Send it to the graveyard, then special summon 1 level 7 or higher normal monster from your hand or deck. You can only activate 1 Successor's Soul per turn. You can only attack with 1 monster during the turn you activate this card. What's your thoughts?
Well, actually, we're going to see if Dale, have you got any?
Yeah, Dale, can you can you say words that other people can hear?
Okay. Well, first things I thought, as soon as I saw this glorious Successor Soul, was you for Blue Eyes or even Dark Magician, but for my second gen Blue Eyes deck, you can like attribute like a maiden or whatever, or yeah, generally a maiden, negate an opponent's monster on their turn, and then summon Blue Eyes, and then that makes Champion's Vigilance live. Counter trap.
So you have to set a Champion's Vigilance once a turn, summon a maiden and do this, and hope you don't die.
I know.
That's great.
How can we make this one step further to make this even more silly? And I thought, oh, it tributes a monster, so obviously we're going to have to play Lair of Darkness. So not only do you tribute one of their monsters, then negate another monster.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. I like that. Let's make the Dark Blue Eyes deck just because we got Layer of Darkness in it. That's good, actually. I like that.
Yeah,
because you said Maiden, I kind of now wish this targeted both monsters. Just so you can go, this, target Maiden, target your monster, tribute Maiden, summon Blue Eyes, Maiden summons another Blue Eyes. That would have been great.
Yeah, like, you know, those are the sort of combos like I play and the sort of fun stuff. If we're going to talk like along like a bit more, what's more likely to play, like Dark Magician, obviously you can have the rods. I mean, even souls would be possible. I mean, you can summon out the souls, but I think for the most part you're just sending it. Which I think Dale can nod or not. But yeah. Like I just so with souls, do you generally? I know you dump the Dark Magician, but does it then special summon itself, or do you just ditch it for the spells and traps, or is that different? Two other effects? I forget.
I'm going to quickly just say, yes, blah, blah, blah. Yes, mystery, yeah, you can't, the reason why they're saying you can't search is because it doesn't either list Blue Eyes or Dark Magician by name, so neither Bingo Machine or WOD can search Successor's Soul, which is actually a good point. Who said that you can't search this initially?
It's not such mystery. Oh yeah.
No, so yeah, I misread that. So yes, good point. Mystery, it can't be searchable, and that's why it can't be searchable to Wagaton. I apologize if I butcher any of your names. Yeah, that's actually a good point on Mystery's behalf. That it is a shame that it doesn't list the names, so you can't actually search this. Like, as if the decks need more things that they can't search. Primarily Dark Magician. Iotomias.
I mean, what other decks really use this? Like, they'll send a higher normal monsters. The only other monsters.
I mean, obviously, Red Eyes can use this. Yeah, arguably.
And then the only other one I can think of is Heretics with that level 8 0 type.
Yeah. I mean, what other decks? Oh, the Vanilla Yumi deck. Spirals.
Oh, what's it? Wait, no way. No.
Spirals can do it. They have level 7 or higher monsters. If you can just play the actual Spiral boss monster.
The actual.
I mean, arguably the deck doesn't play that boss monster, but they could now play this with Successor's Soul.
Okay. Oh dear.
That could be interesting.
Okay. Well, let's see.
So, I mean, the only other thing I want to say before we move on to the last one is that I was saying to hinting to Dale earlier that before this, because this was the first card that got revealed, but the way that they were revealing it is right after Red Eyes Dragoon, and they're like preaching on the whole Red Eyes and DM bonds, and then they start going straight into the Blue Eyes Dark Magician bonds, like with Yuki and Kyra. And the first thing I was thinking is, oh my god, please be a Blue Eyes Dark Magician fusion monster. Like,
No, I think that was for
that
Destined
would
Rival.
have been amazing. Like,
If you look on the image for Destined Rival, you would see that the Dark Magician Blue Eyes are behind it. And then before the card was announced, yeah, I thought with Joe too that we would get a fusion
that would have been so good.
Dark Magician and Blue Eyes. But I'm still actually sitting here holding out for a Red Eyes and Blue Eyes fusion. I think that would be a lot better, honestly.
Or are we going to get a Red Eyes, Blue Eyes fusion before Red Eyes gets his own ultimate version? That the fans have been wanting for many, many years.
It's all good. I'll just read the chat.
Yeah, so while Dale's got on stream, the last card that got revealed is Strength of Unity, which is a continuous spell. If you ritual or fusion summon using Blue Eyes or Dark Magician, you can target one card your opponent controls or in the graveyard and banish it. You can send this face-up card from the field to the grave, then target one level 7 or higher normal monster in your grave, add it to your hand, or shuffle it into the deck. You can only use each effect of Strength of Unity once per turn. So my only question is why is it add to hand and shuffle to deck and not just summon to field?
Oh, you're saying add to hand or shuffle.
Like, add to hand, it's fine. A lot of cards add to hand, but normally it's either just add to hand or add to hand and summon. Like, the only cards I know that add to hand and shuffle to deck are your Madolche cards. But that's just because they plus of being shuffled to deck. So why would I ever want to shuffle a Blue Eyes or Dark Magician into the deck? Like, what, to make Whitestone of Legend live?
Like, I mean,
Blue Eyes can gain something more than Dark Magician. Like, why would Dark Magician ever want to shuffle their DMs back in deck?
I think the shuffle on deck is more for Blue Eyes, and adding back to hand is for Dark Magician. But then again, Blue Eyes can make
Blue Eyes can just add to hand because it just makes the alternatives live.
Because, like, yeah, if they add Blue Eyes, if it adds to hand, you can do alternative, you can trade it in, or because it's just any normal monster, you can still cast all the like Dragon Spirits of White as well because they're classed as normal monsters in Grave. And as for putting it back into deck, it then gives Ancient Stone, makes those live to summon out from deck. Because
I just find it to be very slow.
That I would agree on. I was gonna make the point of it's gonna be too broken, but this is Dark Magician and Blue Eyes we're talking about.
They need broken things. Broken things is what they need.
Reading the chat, like, love her.
That's such a good point. Yeah, so the first part of the effect I love. Fusion or Ritual Banish. It's just the last bit. The second half is just a bit bizarre. Like, it's just bizarrely written that way. Yeah.
Yeah, so what Dale said was the quick play spell basically allows you to trigger off with Successor Soul
Successor Soul can trigger Unity.
Circle on your opponent's turn, and then if you fusion someone with the quick play or ritual, you then banish another card as well, which is a good point.
Dude,
Looking at
DM can get double banished in their decks by playing Strength of Unity and Magician Souls. Like, that's just insane. Just picturing that. I summon one vanilla spellcaster, and now I'm going to banish 2 cards.
sometimes it can be
Just
enough.
because I like to summon the vanilla.
Like, admittedly, it does. Yeah, it depends on the. I feel like it can depend on context. Like, because the graveyard banish can depend on like stuff like let's say Adamant Surveyor and Eldritch, for example, which probably won't be a matchup per se, but like if you put in the context of
They're
okay,
the best decks at the moment.
they set up the gray, or they've done something to they started doing their highly fibrous combo, and then they go like, okay, I'm about to revive Orion or Jet Synchron, and then which you can stop that sort of play, because you have to think that graveyard is just as important to like a lot of decks nowadays. And if you like banish the Golden Lord and Grave because they just sent it to do something, or you've like got rid of it, like that can also hurt as well. But yeah, the fact that it does like banish, I think is it target and Grave for the continuous spell. Yeah, target, which it's prone to be like, oh, I'm just going to respond and dodge it. So yeah, it is context and plays that it does help, but Dark Magician and Blue Eyes aren't exactly the most better competitive.
Yeah. Luke actually made a good point in the chat that the spell can help make navigation live.
Yeah.
By shuffling DMs back into deck. So that's actually a good point. And melody as well, giving you more targets for your melodies, so they can get less bricked.
I think it's more for like adding to hand, really. Like, navigation. So adding back DM to hand.
I think the navigation definitely. That's actually a really good shout. I didn't think about that, because even in playtesting, I'm just like, oh great, I don't have any good targets for my navigations anymore. Like, I've just got them all out.
Successful Soul and Red Eyes Darkness. Yes.
Successor Soul. I saw that one as well. I'm like, yes, the Red Eyes Layer. That's coming back. So now that we've read them all and given initial thoughts, what would you say is the best? Like in order. So let's go with worst to best, because I always like to end on a high note.
Hold on. Supreme King Joe, he's commented like, move your head out away, and then like we can showcase your Ruby poster.
Yeah. Yes, that is Ruby.
Supreme King
to that, guys. Come on. Hashtag Ruby in the comments. In the chat.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. What's the best? Well, are we going to include Dragoons in this?
No, because we knew Dragoons was going to be in the set.
But yeah, I feel like
Dragoons it was just no, keep it that small.
Definitely going to be pissed about this. Yeah,
that's actually a good point. Yeah, the rarity. But like, yeah, just out of the 3 new ones. From worst to best.
It would be Strength and Unity, then it will be Destined Rivals, and then Successor Soul is the best one. Reason being that Successor Soul is just a lot more, I would say, generic, but because it's a lot more applicable to be used across Dark Magician, Red Eyes, and Blue Eyes, and the fact that it doesn't really. I feel like you don't actually have to summon. Yeah, the fact that this can also open you up to Toscan plays because you can summon out the level 8 tuner from your deck.
Yes.
Like going off tangent here. So you can like target your one effect, send a grave, and then negate something, summon out the tuner, and that's already like if you got another extension of board, you can make Harley 5X play, also with Toscan play, etc.
That's a good shot. I completely forgot about that Dragon Tuner.
Destined Rivals obviously just blanket negate. It's great. It's in all fairness, it's really good. But the fact that it's just Dark Magician, Blue Eyes are on board.
I think with Destined Rivals, would you play this over Dark Ruler?
No.
I think that's the only downside to Destined Rivals. It has to be compared to Dark Ruler. Like they do the exact same thing. The only argument is that Destined Rivals is searchable, but it's a trap.
But like you have to think in context. Like you can do it in your opponent's turn.
Yeah,
you go first
but
with
you could just make it a quick play spell. Yeah, we can hear you. That's so like. I would say you can still talk to us. Like, if you get what I mean, like just.
I don't know. Does Dale think about these cards? He's silent, maybe disappointed. No, we can guarantee on our side that Dale is very excited with these cards.
He is he's excited, guys. He broke his audio. That's how excited he is. Just think of it like that. Let him show his hype.
Destined Rivals is, as a lot of people saying, is like it is searchable, but you are playing this if you're going first, aiming to go first, and the fact that at some cases and some points that if you can negate the critical point in an opponent's combo, that's it. Like you can probably go, okay, I'm gonna let them go high 5-res. I'm gonna let them go into like maybe Auroradon, but as soon as they hit the Auroradon and try to summon 3 tokens, you go, okay, that's it, halt. I'm gonna negate it, and then they don't get their 3 tokens. They can't even summon out Despot 1 if they have it on the grave, and they've exhausted play like cards to then get into that play. Excitement broke his mic. Start Rule no more, but then you have to think that this Rivals card is obviously to be used to counter going first.
Yeah.
Like Dark Rule no more is for person like people like me going second to then go, I see your big board there. It'll be a shame if something happened to it. Drop that out. But yeah, it is very situational based. And thirdly, Judgment, Strength, and Unity it could be left more.
I think the only reason it's good is just because other stuff make it good.
Yeah.
Like the other 2 are just good on their own. I think the last one, the only downside is that you need other stuff for it to actually do something, otherwise it's just going to sit there and look pretty. What if we didn't get these, or if we got one more card? Because the way that they were announcing before the whole thing is like, we got 4 new cards for Gold Sarcophagus, and then one of them was Dragoons. Not to say Dragoons is bad, but to say 4 new cards and we already knew one of them is not really new. If you had one more card, what would you want?
You see, this is like
I wanted a Blue Eyes fusion spell.
Oh yeah,
that's the only if we're gonna stick to the Blue Eyes Dark Magician theme. I've preached for a Blue Eyes fusion spell. Like you could literally take Red Eyes fusion and just swap the word Red Eyes for Blue Eyes and done. Like they have 4 fusion monsters, and no way to summon them from deck. Like, just it's stupid.
Like, yeah, I was thinking like to Konami, of course, like Dragoons is new. Like,
Yeah, I believe all of them are in the packs. That's
like
the thing
yeah,
as well.
it doesn't
All of
matter.
them are in the pack. None of them are promo.
It's like it doesn't matter if we showcased it. If it hasn't been released, it's still new to Konami. But yeah, like as I said, like I would have loved to see a fusion of Red Eyes and Blue Eyes, and I'm pretty sure that, like this is just me thinking back to like to when Dale keeps complaining about trading and like all the like why can't Dark Magician have
I love if they just reprinted trading, but just changed 8 to 7.
probably, but
And instead of the Blue Eyes tablet, it's a DM tablet. Just done.
like to have something. I personally would have, let's see, like to have a new card and like try and link like yeah, Blue Eyes or Dark Magician, because a lot of them cards are like, you know, they are effective for both decks, but they don't help synergize both the decks together.
Yeah.
I feel
There was one comment.
Like I think like it would have been more probable rather than to have a Blue Eyes Dark Red Eyes fusion is more to have a Blue Eyes Dark Magician fusion.
Yeah.
Because they're like, if you look at all the cards, it kind of like shows, oh, we have like this could be used for Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, but Red Eyes isn't getting much love unless you're looking at Dragoons. But yeah, in that sense. So if yeah, as you said, if they did have an extra card, like you could argue that maybe it would showcase, oh, Blue Eyes Dark Magician fusion. There you go.
There
Well,
was one comment by question mark, which is best name, by the way. Literally, it was a while ago, and I think the fourth card could have been a Slifer Obelisk support.
oh, alright.
Like, I think that would have made the perfect fourth card if they made a fourth new card. Like, something to support Obelisk and Slifer. Like, you can, and you could feasibly fit their support in one card. It just has to search them. Like, search them, and if maybe as well help get the free summons on board, or just give you that additional normal summon.
Yeah,
so that way you can, because both DM and Blue Eyes can arguably swarm the board. Blue Eyes are a little bit better than DM. And if it was just like search Slifer or Obelisk the Tormentor, and then if you do, you contribute summon one Divine Beast monster in addition to your normal summon or sale or something. I think because that would also fit the Kaiba Yugi rivalry perfectly. Like, you can have the artwork as them doing the collision attack in Battle City. Like,
because when I was thinking, if you wanted a card that supports Slifer and Obelisk, surely you would want it to just support all three gods, or you go for one card that supports Slifer and one card
just because Var's got his own search card, I just like it would be a bit cheeky if we put Var in there as well. Like, Var's got his own thing. Like, let's just give this to these two.
That's fair. But let's check. All right, your duck saying, "I'm still waiting for Blue Eye Shining Dragon new version or Dragon Master Knight." That's actually interesting. I mean, to have like a new Blue Eyes alternative Shining Dragon would be pretty interesting.
Ooh, that'd be so good.
Like a new Dragon Master Knight, maybe like Dragon Master Knight. Its attack name as like another fusion version, kind of like
wasn't it like Dragon Saber Blast or something like that?
Yeah, but like it would be like the same with the Sacred Beast like fusion, where they had like an alternate version of the fusion, but then do something like that, and then they could very well have done that. Red Eyes. Let's see.
Which actually reminds me, because if you look closely on Successor's Soul, you've got Obelisk being tributed for Blue Eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like if you actually look at Successor's Soul very closely on the bottom, you've got the
Yeah.
silhouette of Obelisk as he's being sacrificed for Blue Eyes. I guess that's to symbolize the duel that Kaiba had, where he actually did sacrifice a god for Blue Eyes, and
Shizu, yeah.
the classic line of "Yes, I am sacrificing the god."
Oh god, and sorry, it's just like on a tangent. It just reminds me of all the memes where the Kaiba's giving up religion just
Yeah,
to make a point.
so good.
Oh dear. All we need. Oh, you
What
good
was that?
now?
Yeah. Before, or do you want to do like before we do any questions, or do you guys have any last thoughts as well on these new cards? Like, are they good enough to be pullable in pack, or would you have rather have them as promo cards? Like, you buy a tin, you're guaranteed to get these things, like these free cards.
I personally would have liked to see all four of these, including Dragoon, to be big promos. Because it's like I know, like, if Konami just went Dragoons as a promo, I'm pretty sure people are gonna flock to their sellers and try and grab as many tins. It's gonna be a case of like they're gonna like not have enough prints. They're gonna have to like either they're gonna have limited run, or they're gonna do what I think the Toon Cares, they do like another run of the tins. Yeah, um yeah, I would agree to say that they should have been promos. Like, for them to be like in the pack, you're Konami is clearly asking to short print Dragoons, just so that they can sell the set and go like, oh, in one case there's only like 3 Dragoons. Who would have thought? Or like 5 or whatever. But like Konami has tried to say we are going to stop short printing, but whether that's actually been proven or not, I can't back that up. Sadly to say. But yeah, they would have been great promos. They were sold the tins by themselves. Yeah, honestly. But that's really just my thoughts on it.
Yeah. What do you think, Dale? We can loudspeak it
Relay
for
your
you. Yeah, Dale agrees. They should have been promos, 100%, and I agree as well. They even worst case scenario for me. If you want to keep Dragoons in the mainline set, that's fine. Just make these free the promos. Like, I wouldn't mind guaranteed to get these free cards, like a copy of each, and then hope to pull Dragoons. Because at least that's something in the main pack, making the pack worth it, is Dragoons, and then these three make the tin itself worth it. Along with Dragoons, obviously.
so Cyrus is saying, will there be any other new cards inside the set or
as far as I personally know, we don't have anything else. Like, these were the only things. Which, when you look at it that way, is a bit disappointing. Like, these were the only things for news-wise we were excited for. But yeah, these are the things that you can hope to pull in your upcoming Millennium Tin, or whatever tin they want to call it. I can't remember what it is. Tin of Lost Memories. So, hope you guys are excited. We certainly are. Expect to see it being opened on the channel as well, and expect Dale to give you guys another Dark Magician deck. And
Carlos saying, what your guys' thoughts on Genesis Impact and more collector rares?
Genesis Impact. That's the.
Actually, not more collectors, Res. Please no. Honestly, I've fun with that too. To be fair, I like.
I'm excited for any pack. Like, I'll be honest, if it's a pack with a name on it, I'm excited for it because new pack means new cards, and new cards means more decks to play around with and more text to go around with.
I'm personally not. I'm not actually keen on the ritual archetype with the 2K like.
Drytron?
Yeah, there's
because the Drytron themselves open up the gimmick of no longer ritual by level, but ritual by attack points.
Yeah, that's
and I personally hope that they move that to other ritual decks. Like, that could make ritual decks very interesting. Like, because I mean, look, we started off with ritual by level, then we had ritual by deck, and then we had ritual without ritual spells, thanks to Megalith, and now we have ritual by attack stat. Like, the term ritual is broadening, and I am really enjoying that. So, Drytron, I'm excited for. The Spellcaster one, I just want to tech that synchro in Cyberdark.
I like evolving the lore though.
Literally it. I just want to tech that synchro in Cyberdark. Just pop things.
The general thought of that is like a lot of people saying it's baby Alistair, but then it's like the fact that it's been translated as baby as Crowley makes me think, oh, like I can see like surely at some point in the lore, then it would have to either connect Crowley to Alistair, or they say that Crowley then becomes Alistair by undergoing a different name.
It does look younger.
It looks very similar, but like the fact that it's Crowley.
I just think he looks younger. He's not even that he looks similar. He just looks like a younger version of Alistair.
Yeah.
So maybe like Alistair was this guy, and then he got corrupted by something from the invoked side or something, and then he just becomes Alistair the Invoker. Because, I mean, you've got to be possessed to become later on Alistair the Invoker of Madness. Like, no one's just mad from birth.
And the third archetype, we haven't any info in it yet, but I think Dale, as soon as it was announced, like this is going to be the waifu archetype. But yeah, let's have a look. Any other questions we've got? First off, is it worth investing in 2020 TINS? Yes. Like Dale's
100%. Yes, Dale literally listed everything there: Savage Dragon, Extravagance, Phantasmate, Avramax. Boom! Like, there's your money.
King N. Have you considered that it will be a Wicked God support? Oh,
Konami considered it because it was in the pool for the lot. It was in the same pool for fossils, and we chose fossils to be made. So Wicked God support is on Konami's radar. So fingers crossed. I mean, Wicked God could just get the God support if they just make the God support generic. If they make it generic for tributes of monsters that require 3 sacrifices, boom, you got Wicked God support. So Dragoons is not guaranteed. Yes, Cody Harper, it is not guaranteed. And so it'll be fighting for your Ultra slot pack.
What's going on,
guys? Glad I tuned in.
Hot.
CJ, everything's good. We got Legacy support, Yu-Gi-Oh news. Like, what more could you want in life? Who else?
Yeah,
43 minutes. No worries.
It for the questions. We're gonna wrap this up. So,
if you have any more questions, just post it in the video when it's fully up on YouTube. We'll jump in, any one of us, and we'll answer your questions there and then. As usual, guys, stay tuned for more Yu-Gi-Oh news, deck profiles, duel videos, whatever that's Yu-Gi-Oh related. We will bring it to you guys here as quickly as possible. And as always, guys,
Happy dueling!
Your move! It's time
Visit Venom Battle Gear, where you can pick up your very own limited edition print of our Yugi mat with Dark Magician Girl, and Dark Magician of Chaos. Artwork is exclusively designed by Nixie Arts as well, so check out her link in the Instagram below. Pick it up for shipping worldwide.